It's official. The United States has been put on an international human rights watch list that shows that the United States' civil liberties are being contracted because of this administration. For the first time in a long time, the United States is now on a list with other countries like El Salvador and Kenya for, quote, sustained attacks on civic freedoms. This is a list that was released today by Civics, a global rights watch list that evaluates countries based on how free their people really are. And under the Trump administration, Civics is citing 3 factors that put it in the, quote, narrowed category, which is in the second best category. The first, militarized protest crackdowns. We've seen those in Los Angeles. The second, press restrictions. We've seen the Trump administration go after the free press repeatedly and over time, attacking free press like myself, threatening them by throwing them in jail even. And the third is the quell of pro-Palestinian protesters, the attack on pro-Palestinian protesters on campuses across the country, and the deportation of some protesters who the Trump administration simply does not agree with. Right now, the United States' attempts on the world stage to become a worldwide reliable partner for other countries is falling apart in real time, and other countries simply do not trust the United States of America right now. They do not trust the United States of America that this government would protect its own people. And it is a very scary time for people living in America. Before I continue, please consider supporting my work against attacks from this administration by subscribing to my Substack, clicking the button below, or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. Donald Trump today attacked Russiagate, what he calls the scam regarding burn bags that the FBI allegedly found containing documents associated with the Russian interference in the 2016 election, saying it's a scam set up by the Democrats and they love talking about it. But I would like to see people exposed that might be bad, and we'll see how well that works out, but it's getting to be very old news. The Democrats controlled it.
Statement. Say
bags full of Russiagate documents.
A burn bag. I thought you said appointed a man named Burn Bag. Go ahead. You got to speak up.
Thousands of documents in these bags, supposedly burn bags at the FBI in the secret room.
Well, I want everything to be shown. You know, as long as it's fair and reasonable, I think it will be shown and it should be shown. And I think he feels that way, and I think Pam feels that way. But it's got to be, you know, it's got to be stuff that really doesn't hurt people unfairly, because you have so many people involved. And if they can do that in a fair way, I think it's great. I think it's really great. The whole thing is a scam. It's a scam set up by the Democrats, and they love talking about it. But I would like to see people exposed that might be bad, and we'll see how that all works out. But it's getting to be very old news. You know, if they had anything, they would have done it the week before the election, because they were losing by a lot. If they had anything, they would have done it. They controlled the file. The Democrats controlled it. Comey and all this, you know, sleazebags, every one of them that you read about all the time. And I guess they've got some problems now having to do with yet a different scandal, very big one. But they control that file. So I would think that if they would have had something in the file, they would have released it about a week before the election, maybe 2 weeks, right, Brian?
Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris has announced that she will not be running for governor. Her team gave me the digital exclusive today, and I broke it for you earlier. She has left the door open for a possible presidential run in 2028 or in the future. Texas Republicans are moving forward with a plan that could redraw the state and net them up to 5 additional House seats, prompting significant backlash from Democrats who have called it a racially discriminatory power grab. The redistricting is being pushed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Donald Trump. It consolidates Democratic districts and alters boundaries in areas with growing Hispanic populations, sparking threats of legal challenges and even nationwide mobilization efforts. But meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance may have screwed over efforts to gerrymander Texas by putting out a tweet that signaled support for Texas Republicans and opposing what he called a unconstitutional gerrymander in California. That tweet alone could theoretically undo anything Texas Republicans try to do in the special legislative session. If you have drank high noon, or rather, if you have drank Celsius over the past several weeks, thinking that it was, or drinking high noon, thinking that it was Celsius, or vice versa, well, you might be in trouble. High Noon has recalled vodka seltzers that were mislabeled as Celsius energy drinks, warning of unintentional alcohol consumptions. No illnesses or adverse reports have been reported. So essentially, people thinking they were drinking Celsius energy drinks were actually drinking High Noon vodka seltzers and may have gotten drunk when all they wanted was some energy from Celsius. Senate GOP leader John Thune has rejected Donald Trump's call to scrap the blue slip tradition, which is a Senate custom giving home state senators input on judicial and U.S. attorney nominees. Today's FDA's top vaccine official, Vinay Prasad, has stepped down after less than 4 months amid bipartisan criticism and controversy over his regulatory decisions and past opposition to COVID-19 mandates. The U.S. Federal Reserve, in a blow to Donald Trump, today voted to keep interest rates steady at 4.25 to 4.5%, despite significant criticism from Donald Trump. There were 2 dissents from governors on the Federal Reserve Board, marking the first multi-governor opposition since 1993. It's been over 20 years. Former CIA officer Susan Miller refuted Tulsi Gabbard's accusations that Barack Obama led a, quote, treasonous conspiracy to fabricate Russian election interference findings against Donald Trump, calling Gabbard's claims false, misinformed, and politically motivated. Miller defended her team's intelligence work as based on verified sources and denied using the Steele dossier in their report. Today, Trump announced a 25% tariff plus an unspecified penalty on Indian goods, citing India's arms and energy ties with Russia. Brazilian President Lula da Silva pushed back against Trump's planned 50% tariffs, warning of a lose-lose scenario as the U.S. cites Bolsonaro-related tensions to impose tariffs on Brazil that could drive up coffee prices for Americans across the country. Today, the Trump administration froze $108 million in federal research funding to Duke University, alleging racial discrimination in hiring and admissions that violate the Civil Rights Act and the Affordable Care Act. Shane Tamura, the gunman in Manhattan's mass shooting, built the AR-15 style rifle that he used himself, according to local authorities. Danville, Virginia Councilman Lee Vogler was set on fire in a suspected attack at his workplace by a suspect who doused him in gasoline and ignited it. He's currently being treated for burns, and authorities say that charges are pending. And finally, today, 12 Democratic members of Congress have filed a lawsuit against ICE, challenging its new restrictions on lawmakers when trying to visit when trying to conduct oversight responsibilities at various detention facilities. Folks, it's been a very busy news day, and it's one that's only going to get busier throughout the night. Today, we dropped an interview with none other than Jess Michaels, who is a victim of Jeffrey Epstein's horrible, horrific crimes. We dropped an exclusive about Kamala Harris's decision not to run for governor of California, and I have some exciting reports coming very soon. So stay tuned. If you want to support my work, subscribe today, and I'll see you very soon with another report. Hey folks, Aaron Parnas here. Thank you so much for watching The Parnas Perspective. Please consider subscribing to support our work as we grow this independent news media entity into something that rivals mainstream every single day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.